Have you ever heard a story that sounds too good to be true, and yet somehow it changes everything? Over 2,000 years ago, a man walked the dusty roads of ancient Israel. No army, no money, no political power, and yet he changed the world forever. His name was Jesus. 2. He was born in a manger, not a palace. Raised by a carpenter, not a king. And while empires rose and fell, his influence only grew stronger. His teachings weren't just spiritual ideas. They were revolutionary. Love your enemies. Forgive those who hurt you. Blessed are the broken. Who says that? Who lives like that? 3. Jesus didn't just preach love, he lived it. He touched the untouchables. He stood with the outcasts. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, and hope to the hopeless. And when religion turned into rules, he flipped tables, literally. He came not to control people, but to free them. 4. But here's the twist. Not everyone liked what he had to say. He challenged the status quo. He called out hypocrisy. He was dangerous, not because he had weapons, but because he told the truth. And for that, they crucified him. 5. On a Roman cross, between two criminals, Jesus died. It was brutal. It was public. It looked like the end of the story. But then, something happened. 3 days later, his tomb was found empty. His followers claimed they saw him alive. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. 6. You might ask, how could a man who died a criminal's death become the most followed figure in history? Billions have believed in him. Lives have been changed in his name. Hospitals, charities, schools, many were built because of what he taught. He didn't write a book, but more books have been written about him than anyone else. He didn't leave behind gold or monuments, but he left a movement. And that movement didn't die with him. It exploded. From a few scared disciples to millions around the world. Today his message still reaches into prisons, palaces, slums, cities, and screens just like the one you're watching now. 8. Jesus doesn't offer religion, he offers relationship. He doesn't say try harder, he says come as you are. He doesn't demand perfection, he brings forgiveness. In a world full of filters and fake smiles, he sees the real you, and he still chooses love.
9.
And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes Jesus different. He doesn't just want your Sundays, he wants your heart. He doesn't need your rituals, he wants your truth.
Et meets you in your darkest moment and whisper, "You're not alone. I've been there. I've overcome." 10.
So who was Jesus?
A teacher,
A prophet?
a rebelle,
A myth? Or was he more? What if the story is true? What if he really is the Son of God? What if love really did walk among us, and still does?
ose.
This isn't just history.
It's personal.
Because if Jesus is who he says he is, then he's not just a figure from the past. He's hope for your future.
Et came for the broken, the doubter, the tired, the addicted, the hungry, the afraid.
He came for you.
12.
Maybe you've heard 1,000 versions of Jesus. Maybe you've been hurt by religion, judged by people, or walked away because it all felt fake. But hear this, Jesus isn't fake. He's real. He's alive. And he's still inviting you, not to a religion, but to a revolution of grace.